Hi guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things a Monday to makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of this internet. And today's video is going to be my finale to the What Do the 2010s Say project pan. So if you want to see why we're ending this project early and the progress that we did make on the products that we're still in, let's just jump in. Alright, first, I'm sorry if you can hear any of the noise in the background. The person across the hall moved out, and so they're like demoing in that apartment. I will do my best to edit that out. But if you hear that, I do apologize. But if you don't know anything about this project, it was created by Kayla, and it started April 21st of last year, and it's supposed to go to April 21st of this year. You were to randomize 3 to 5 prompts to work on at a time, and it was just collection specific goals. And this was all things about the 2010s, which I loved because I graduated high school in 2013, so I was in high school in the 2010s, and then, I was a young adult in the 2010s, so it worked out for me. So a lot of these things, there were only a couple things that either I didn't participate in, but I knew about, and then there was only 1 or 2 things that I absolutely was just like, I don't know what that is. But I was very sheltered. Through therapy and through Ian, I have learned that my parents were tinfoil hat people. And if you don't know what that is, we're good. But the items that we were still working on, we'll start with those. We'll start with all the rollouts because I have so many rollouts. I have 6. 6 of the things that we were still working on, I finished. So, for Katy Perry's Roar, that was something that makes you feel fierce. And for that, I brought in this Colourpop Graphic Inks liner in the shade So Whiny. It is a brush tip liner in this maroon shade. And everything in here was a 5-use goal unless the prompt said otherwise. Yeah, unless the prompt said otherwise. So I got my 5th use. Let's see. I used it twice in January, and I hit my 5th use on the 14th of January. I've actually really enjoyed this. It's such a dark burgundy. Like, you can tell that it's not black, but it really does a very similar thing, and I really enjoy this. This is the style of eyeliner I prefer. I do not like felt tip eyeliners. I like these wells. This is what I grew up with using, was the e.l.f. eyeliner in this apparatus. So I really enjoyed that liner. It was a good time. I would actually really like to get a couple more of those from Colourpop if I was in the market for eyeliners, which I'm currently not, I don't think. But the eyeliners I've been using in projects are making me want to go out and buy some eyeliners. So, getting back into eyeliner. I almost put that one on for this look, but I like this look so much, I was like, I don't want to accidentally ruin it with eyeliner. Let's see, the next rollout was the Royal Wedding. And that was a luxury product or a product you'd wear to a wedding. So I picked a luxury product, though I might wear a red lipstick to a wedding if I'm feeling bold and sassy. So I picked this little mini Valentino lipstick. It's in the shade, I believe it's Ethereal Red Satin. It's 217A. So it looks brighter in the camera. It's actually a deeper red, and this is my perfect shade of red, and that makes me very angry. This was a 100-point perk at Sephora, which is why I picked it up, because I was like, Valentino, the one and only time I'm ever going to have a Valentino product in my life. And this is my perfect shade of red, and that makes me angry because when this is gone, I'm never going to be able to buy it. But that is a rollout. I got, where are we? I used it also 2 times in January, and I hit my 5th use on the 14th, so I wore those in the same look. Set that to the side. The next rollout was for the cinnamon challenge, which obviously is something I didn't partake in because that was super dumb. Oh, if we're talking about things, I liked the Katy Perry song. I'm a Katy Perry fan. I don't listen to her music often, but like I did then. And the royal wedding, I remember it, but I didn't care. But the cinnamon challenge was so dumb. And that was just for a loose product. So I picked, this was from Clarity Cosmetics, back when they used to make loose shadows. And this is in the shade Kaleidoscope. So I used it. So from this product on, I changed all my uses to 3 uses because I just wanted to get these products moving. So sorry that I got interrupted. So, like I was saying, I dropped everything to 3 uses because I'm ending this project. And this is a perfect segue into why I'm ending it. First, I used this once in January to hit my use on the 25th of January. So this is rolling out. But before we get into the rest of the rollouts, I'm ending this project because I will only be working on 2 items once we get through the rest of the rollouts. I don't see the point in continuing this project for another month or 2 to the end for 2 products. And I will explain what I'm doing with those products when we get to them. So, but that's my little caveat onto why I'm ending this. So, for Marvel movies, I love Marvel. I'm pretty far behind at this point, but there was a point where, like, I was going to the theaters and watching every movie and keeping up with all of them. Iron Man is my favorite. I love Robert Downey Jr. with my whole heart. Marvel movies, a product that saves your makeup on a day when it's not looking good. So I picked the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it so much. I did get all 5 uses on this. I hit my goal on the 19th of January because I love this. We are now down to here. I'm just over halfway, which makes me very sad. But don't you do it, Blazemere. He's been putting his claws in me to, like, get my attention. Like, just a little bit. Little dots to, like, hey. But with the spray, and you'll have weights on the screen for everything, but I know this has obviously changed in weight. I love this so much. But I need to roll it into another project. But I'm working on both of my other sprays that are open, so it'll be a hot second, but this is fantastic. The next rollout is for The Walking Dead, which again, I really liked The Walking Dead when it first came out. When they killed off Glenn, that was the last episode I watched. Never watched any more of it. I've never watched any of the spin-offs, nothing. And that is for if you could only have one product during the apocalypse, what would it be? My very favorite highlighter. I would want to be shiny and pretty. And this is in the shade You're a Catch from Colourpop. You can't get this anymore, but I love these giant clamshell Super Shock highlighters. There's just something about these that I think are so different and so good. I know a lot of people say, oh, these are hard to store, they're really huge. They're really not as big as you think they are. Like, the Glam Light products that I've gotten are bigger than these. Like, my Scooby-Doo highlighter from Glam Light is bigger than this. 10-fold. So these really aren't that hard to store. And then people say these are really hard to open. So you grab this and you put one nail, pop it open. It's really, really not that bad. But this is the shade You're a Catch. And I got all 3 uses in January, and I hit that on the 27th. I am wearing it today under another highlight because I use this as a cream highlighter. And I've actually already rolled this into another project, so this is actually going back into my drawer because I want to hit pan on it. It's, I think, my oldest cream highlighter, and obviously, like I said, it's my favorite. And you can kind of see the waffling, so I actually really do want to hit pan. So that's just going back into my drawer there. And we have one more rollout, which is for the ice bucket challenge, which I always wanted to do that. Like, I want to take an ice bath. I want to try that. I love, so when I take a shower, I only take like lukewarm showers. And right when I'm done, like washing my hair, like at the end of my shower, I turn the water ice cold and like dunk my head in and all of that. So like I've always wanted to do an ice bath, but that was a cooling product or a product that keeps you cool, like a refreshing spray, which when I rolled this in last month, or in December, yeah, in December, I believe, I was like, if I had known, I would have rolled this in for that. But then I remembered I have this, which is the e.l.f. Stay Cool Primer Stick. When you put this on, it feels ice cold. It's so cool. Now, I keep the little first sticks that come with little caps. I keep these caps. When you roll it down, look how much I used. This was flush with the packaging when I rolled it in. I got all 5 uses on this on the 20th of January. It is blue in color. There is no real scent to it, but it feels cooling to the touch. Really enjoyed it. Love this. So that is a rollout. So now we're going to get into the 2 products that would still be in this project if I wasn't ending it. And we'll start with the one that's been in the longest, and that is for Crocs, which I have never worn and never will wear. Hate Crocs. I love the little charms that you can put on Crocs. I do think that that's adorable, but no thank you. Where are you? I wish I would have wrote these in alphabetical order, but I wrote them in the order that they were in. Oh, and this was a Pantastic Ladies collab. I did not say that. But Crocs were for a customized product, a Z palette, a Franken item, something of that sort. So I had just made this when I started this project, and it's in Lottie London packaging. But this is the Colourpop Confetti Pressed Glitter. And what I had did was I decluttered my Fade into Hue palette from Colourpop, but I took all 3 pressed glitters, mixed them all together, and this is the pressed glitter I got. And I named it Confetti because it's a blue, a gold, and a pink. And I just think it looks like confetti. I think it's really pretty. I have used this once, and that was in December. I even dropped my uses down to 3 uses, and I still haven't used it. It's just not something I'm reaching for. And it's one of those things, it's probably another reason I decluttered the palette because I got it secondhand and it just wasn't performing. I would love to get that palette brand new. And it's not that this glitter isn't performing. It is very wet. It goes on the eyes. Like, it works. It's just, like, unless I need to no pan left behind a palette, I'm not out here reaching for my pressed glitters anymore. And it's not that I don't like them. I do like them. But again, it's a single, and I'm not good at reaching for my singles. I don't sit here and think like, oh, I should go reach for that glitter. It would make this look so much more pretty. I don't think about that. So I'm not going to keep this in for 2 more months when 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, I'm not going to use it. I might get 1 more use in 2 months. So even then, it still wouldn't be done. So I do like this. I'm debating on just getting rid of it, but I'm going to see. I'm going to throw it. I have a basket next to me that has all my chopping block items in it, and I'm going to throw it in there and put it as a chopping block item. Also, for the other product we were still working on, and that was for vampires. which as a kid I wanted to be a vampire so bad. And that was a blood red item or a vampire themed item. So I chose this Clarity Cosmetics pressed blush in the shade Dozen Roses because didn't use it. Haven't used it at all. I have a red liquid blush in another project, and I was like, oh, this and this project, I'll pair them together. Still haven't used that liquid blush either, because I'm just not wearing looks that would call for a red blush. It's not that this isn't nice, and it's a pressed pigment, so like, because I don't care about, I'll use pressed pigments on my eyes, so like, I could use this as a blush and as an eyeshadow, though it's huge. It's got 7.5 grams in here. I just haven't used this yet, and I don't know if I would use it in the next 2 months. And if I would, it might be once. So again, it's not something I'm going to reach my goal on. I'm going to throw this back in my chopping block box because that's where this was. Because I don't know if I'm going to keep that. But it's something I need to try at least once or twice before I make that decision. So that's the reason I'm ending this project early, just because I don't feel the need to update you guys for the next 2 months. Or even if I skipped March's update and did my finale in April, I don't feel the need to update you then on 2 products. I just don't think that that's worth it. So this is going to be the finale for February. I hope you understand. I'm sorry that I'm ending a bunch of projects in February. I didn't mean to do that. But again, this one I don't see the point, and the other projects I've ended, I've explained why, that I just want to be working on things I'm excited about. And working on 2 products that I don't think I'm going to hit goal on is not exciting to me. So we're going to call it good. I'm going to call this a project that I succeeded because I hit my goal on literally everything else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this project. I won't be bringing it back because I just won't. I thought about doing the 2000s one instead because obviously I completely grew up in the 2000s. But I'm working on so many other projects right now that I think I'm good. That might be a next year project. So, let me know what you think. Did you do this project? How did you do? And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.